Hello, everyone. It's not Digitiser, the show. It's just the sort of thing that we're kind of doing that's kind of like a Digitiser
like an
mini.
offshoot.
Yeah, like a sort of vestigial twin of Digitiser. The
Okay.
show.
Yeah, all right. The kind of forgotten about half brother who no one really talks about because of that incident.
Yes, that was always eaten in the womb. But
Yeah. All right. Yeah, let's go with that one. Eaten in the womb. We are the Eaten in the Womb edition of Digitiser.
Digitiser, eaten in the womb.
Sounds like a great album, by the way. Like gangster rap.
Well, I don't know. I was thinking more sort of thrash metal, Brazilian death metal.
It's very niche.
Yeah, eaten in the womb.
Anyway, what are we doing today?
Well, I've given it over to you for this edition.
Okay, so what I thought we'd do is play a little game, and we can go through my history.
Didn't have this before. We just had Chris moaning about the fact that my jacket's rustled.
Well, now we have the complaint of this being touched. Like that. Happy?
Yeah.
Good. So I thought we'd play a little game.
Right,
and in the same way, I can go down my Game Boy memory lane road.
Oh, so it's like kind of combining kind of
memories.
Memories.
And history.
And history.
Yeah. So, you remember the Bruce Forsyth show, Play Your Cards, right? Don't you? You do, don't you? And if you're in America, it was called Card Sharks. If you're interested. So, I've got a little game based on that. Rather than play your cards right, it's play your carts right. Strictly speaking, because of the format I've chosen, it should be called Play Your Game Packs Right, because Nintendo famously didn't want their things called cartridges.
They are carts, I always call them carts.
I do. So I've got a list of games, and we're going to keep it simple. I'm going to show you a game, we'll talk about it a little bit, and then all you got to do is say whether I thought it was good or bad, right? For the first one. Then after that, all you got to do is rate them on whether I think the next game is better or worse than the one I showed before.
Okay.
All right? Turok 2 for the Game Boy Color.
Wow, I didn't know they did a handheld Turok.
And there's a really good reason for that. It's awful.
I wasn't a fan of Turok anyway on the N64. It was like
muddy.
Wandering
foggy.
through mist.
Well, that was the whole problem with Turok. It was like nothing but like what was it? Draw distances were really, really close, so it was all fog.
We're all in the mist of the prehistoric.
Yeah, it was very clever when you think about it. Let's make a floor part of the gameplay.
Yeah,
this one's more of a kind of platformy shootery kind of game.
Well, it would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
On that.
Was there any first-person shootery games for the Game Boy Color?
I remember Faceball 2000.
Faceball 2000, yeah, was the kind of maze and monsters type game, wasn't it? But no, so this is the first one. Now, all I want you to do from this one is it good or is it bad? Based on what I've said so far.
So is the next one higher or lower?
Yeah, so...
Higher good?
Higher
that is bad.
Yeah.
Lower that is good.
Yeah. But all I need right now is good or bad, because that's your starting point.
Bad.
Yeah, you're right. I hate it. It's boring. I played like literally 15 minutes of it last night to try and get into it, and almost threw my Game Boy out the window.
What? And you love your Game Boy?
I do. I love it.
Me.
I have many Game Boys, and I've named them all. Next one. Here we go. All I want from this, what do you think, based on that, is the next game going to be higher or lower? Is it going to be better or worse?
Higher.
Yeah.
Surely.
And you're right. It's Wario Land 2.
Oh.
Or Super Mario Land 4, depending on how you want to sequelize all this.
I loved the Wario Land.
Wario Land.
So here's a question for you.
Yeah.
What's the deal with Wario and Waluigi? Why are they called that?
If I remember rightly, and I probably won't be, judging on the comment section, I promise I won't read, but definitely will later.
Remember to leave him some good ones.
Yes, thank you. I have a very fragile ego. When they were making Super Mario Land 2, they wanted a bad guy that wasn't Koopa, that wasn't Bowser, that wasn't Toad, that wasn't Wart. Not Toad, he was a good guy. But you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
And so they decided, rather than have Mario save a princess, he'd get his property back. So Wario was meant to be an evil version of Mario, who stole all of Mario's stuff, and Mario had to get it back.
Right. Now,
Wario, again, based on what I remember, Wario is some kind of weird translation which means bad. So it worked out quite nicely that if you turn the Mario into Wario, it's like bad Mario.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But that's like kind of having your house burgled and finding out that the burglar is called like Paul Wannon.
Yeah, it is. That would be horrible. Paul Wannon, if you're out there, I'm coming for you. So, did you like the Wario games? Because there's been a few.
Yeah. No, I love them all, and all the WarioWares, Wario Land and Wario Land 2 are great.
But Wario 2 is kind of more the same. It's a little bit more. I don't know. It feels slower to play Wario Land 2. It's hard to explain because the pace of Wario is more about searching for treasures and exploring and the hats and the costumes changes. I like it. So yeah, it's higher. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to go higher next time.
So you think the next game that I play is going to be better than Wario Land 2?
Yes, I do think that.
Let's find out. It's Wacky Races for the Game Boy Color.
Sure. No, what? Wait, no, I mean lower.
Oh, no. You said higher.
I like that game. Why would I say higher?
I don't know. It's madness. You need to check yourself. Don't you wave your sausage at me. Certainly not on camera. Wacky Races.
Damn it.
The Game Boy
I
Color.
Can't take that back.
No, you can't.
But think of everything I was saying. Obviously, I didn't think that was going to be higher.
Yeah, but that's why I thought I'd just roll with the fact that you said the next game was going to be better than this, which was surprising.
You messed with me by using reverse psychology.
No, I didn't.
Somehow.
Anyway, Wacky Races. It's a game. It's a racing game, but
I've lost.
No, we just play along for a few more games. There are no stakes other than the ones we create ourselves.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Wacky Races. What do you imagine this game's going to be like?
Actually, I'm having steak for dinner. I think. I am.
What?
You said.
Are you having a moment?
I'm just checking that with my wife that I'm still having steak for dinner. You mentioned steaks, and mine went to food.
Are we having steak for dinner? She's right.
Yeah, unfortunately, my wife is mute.
Oh, that explains a lot. I don't blame her.
Hey, boys, hey, lads, it's better that way, isn't it?
Jumping up and down, bouncing girls up and down. Right, so Wacky Races. What do you think this is?
Shit.
Well, what do you think? What kind of game is it?
Racing game.
No, it's an RPG.
What?
No, it's a racing game. It's like Outrun. You just go into the middle. You just race towards the horizon.
I don't even remember that.
And the thing is, Wacky Races always comes across to me as a perfect game for like a Mario Kart type thing.
Yeah.
They've never done it. It's always been a bit piss poor. Right.
Shame. Well, who was your favourite Wacky Races character?
Oh, now, that's a good question, and one I'm going to answer by, I think I liked the Haunted House Gang. I can't remember what they were named, but they had the kind of...
It was a house on wheels.
Yeah, very similar to Addams Family-esque type stuff, I remember. Can't even see if they're on here. No, you've got the Army guys, you've got Penelope Pitstop. The Bully Brothers. Do you think the next game that I've got here is better or worse than Wacky Races?
Better.
And you're right, it's Ms. Pac-Man for the Game Boy Color.
Oh, that's going to be a middling game, though, surely.
Well, didn't everyone say Ms. Pac-Man was much better than Pac-Man?
Better on the Atari VCS. That's what it was known for.
Oh, really?
The original Atari 2600 version of Pac-Man was diabolical.
Oh, that was the one that was rushed out, wasn't it? And,
yes.
Wasn't very good.
No.
And contributed to the Great Crash.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's something on here that I can't read like an old man, but it says includes something, sugar, something.
Let's have a look. I can read things at this distance.
No, but if you can read that at any distance, I'll give you a pound.
Put it under the ape. Special colour edition.
Is that it?
That's it.
Well, I know that. It's on a Game Boy Color. Anyway, it's Mario. Not Mario.
No.
It's Ms. Pac-Man.
Does that mean Mario's the next one?
I don't know. No, but what is the next game? Better or worse?
Well, that's hard because I'd have said that probably was I don't know, 65 to 72%.
Yeah, probably like that.
Are you actually, by the way, grading these upon any kind of criteria?
Kind of go with my gut feeling. I've played all of these, and I played them reasonably recently, so I can give you a fresh, honest feeling on them.
I'm going to take a punt and say the next one's worse.
All right.
So lower. I mean, given that I can't lose this game because you've decided that it's... Yeah.
And you're right, it's Driver for the Game Boy, which for the Game Boy Color, I should say. As you can imagine, it's like a Grand Theft Auto.
So top-down.
Yeah, top-down driving game. It's not awful so much as boring. Because you remember when they tried to translate Grand Theft Auto to the Game Boy?
Yes. It was very zoomed in, wasn't it?
And that's the problem I've always had with it. You get that sickness from the zooming out, zooming in of the car, zooming out. You just think, I just want to go to drive to kill a gangster.
I played the original recently and it was virtually unplayable.
The top-down one?
Yeah, because of that zooming in and out.
Yeah.
So if you can't see where you're going because it's some zoomed in, angle. What's the point?
So anyway, Driver. I don't know anything about this other than it's been made by a company that likes lobsters.
What?
It's a lobster. Our logo's a lobster. What logo's that?
Lobster Soft.
Lobster Soft. God, I wish that was a real company.
Lobsoft.
Lobsoft. I've had a few nights where I've had that problem.
I bet you have, eh? Hey. Oh, I've squeezed it a bit, mate, like that.
Right, good.
I battered my sausage.
Right. So, based on that, Driver, what do you think is the next game? Is it better or worse than
higher,
Driver?
Surely.
Basically, yeah, but only by a mulligan. It is Bart Simpson's Escape from Camp Deadly on the Game Boy.
One of the first Game Boy games I ever bought. That's a very brown cartridge.
It's very brown cartridge, isn't it?
Smuggled away somewhere, haven't you?
I've had that in a very discreet place. What's fascinating about this, from what I remember, is one of the first Game Boy games to have speech in.
I know, I remember.
Cowabunga!
I remember taking it around my friend's house and playing it, and it blew his mind that there was speech on it, and he owned an Atari Lynx at the time, and he wished he'd have a Game Boy because of that game, even though it's not very good.
A lot of people had that. I had a friend who had a Atari Lynx as well. Every time he saw my Game Boy, he was jealous of it.
Weird, isn't it?
Despite the fact that the Lynx was this all 16-bit, finagly, special, sprightly thing. This is a fine platformer. It's not amazing. It's functional. And it's got speech in. So he goes cowabunga and, oh man.
Eat my shorts.
And eat my shorts.
But it's kind of like...
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah, if someone who spoke parcel tongue did it. Right.
Parcel tongue.
Yeah.
Bart Simpson escaped
two
from
more.
Gryffindor.
So, based on Bart Simpson's Escape from Camp Deadly, what do you think comes next?
Better, so higher.
You're wrong.
Oh,
sadly.
You've broken the...
What?
Well, you've been doing it the other way each time.
I've been doing it any way I like. I've been doing it randomly from a selection of games that I've got to my side.
Need more coffee.
Right. Alien vs. Predator for the Game Boy.
Jeez. Well, I don't even remember that. Is that based upon the arcade version, do you know?
All I know is that this is a side-scrolling fighty game.
Well, because the... I can't see... a Capcom logo on
No, it's Activision, isn't it?
It's because the arcade version is one of my favourite games of all time, believe it or not, even though you have pink aliens in it.
Is that the one we could play as Marines as well?
Yes.
And it was all first-person shootery?
No.
Because that was the one for the Jaguar? No.
Yes. No, it was an arcade beat-em-up, a scrolling beat-em-up, much like you're saying that this is. However, it was brilliant. It's one of my favourite scrolling beat-em-ups. But, yeah, they took some liberties with the aliens.
Okay. So they made them all pretty.
Yeah.
Yes, this is fine. It's a platform. Well, not a platform. It's one of those scrolly fighty games, like I said.
Which just reminded me, one of my other first ever Game Boy games was Double Dragon.
Oh. Does that translate well? I presume it does all right.
It was all right, actually, yeah. Have you got that? You not got that in your stack?
No, not in my bag today. I have one more game. Is it going to be better or worse than Alien vs. Predator?
It's got to be higher.
And you're right, it's cannon fodder for the Game Boy.
What?
Game Boy Color. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Codemasters. And it's cannon fodder.
So I won, everyone. I won.
Do you have any memories of that?
Vague ones. You say it's better. It can't be that much better.
No, but it's playable. It's more playable than Alien vs. Predator. You'll probably sit down and play that for longer.
Yoda Stories.
The games have got.
Oh, I remember that. That came out on Windows as well.
And it's kind of like a Zelda-y kind of game.
Yeah, it is. It was a Windows or DOS game or something, and it was really weird little thing.
Odd, but one of the better games because, as I say, you got the Return of the Jedi, which is a horrible platformer.
Yeah.
Smurf's Nightmare for the Game Boy Color.
What does a Smurf have a nightmare about?
Debt. It's a game about them worrying about when they're going to lose the village.
Is Gargamel the rent collector? Yeah, he's a bailiff.
Bangs on the doors.
We all think he's going to put them in a stew. He's not. He's going to repossess their house.
What else? Game Boy, Konami's Tiny Toon Adventures.
That was good on the SNES.
And this is fine. It's a decent little platformer.
Okay.
And finally, the other one I've got here.
Konami, you could bank on them in the day.
Yeah, this is Looney Tunes Collector Martian Alert.
Oh, look at you with all your cartoon games.
It's kind of like a Pokemon-y game, this, where you go around collecting Warner Brothers characters, Looney Tunes, and you have fights.
It's making my eyes go funny.
Oh, wibbly wobbly.
Can you remember that thing you used to be able to do? So I'm changing the subject, but that made me think of it with a pencil, and you'd wobble it or you shake it.
Oh, that thing.
It makes it look like it's wobbly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try it at parties, you'll be dead cool. Or use a wobbly sausage.
Yeah, take this to a party. You'll be a hit. Right, well, there we are. Thank you for playing your cards right, Paul.
I mean, it's not the greatest format, but there you go.
It's content, better than nothing.
And maybe we've inspired you to look through your Game Boy collection and look back on some lovely memories yourself.
And you can arbitrarily decide whether games are good or bad for the people that you're playing with. Bye.